All right, we're here at the Swatara iron furnace, and right out of the gate, I'm walking up the hill here, and it's basically moss. The moss ripped off a little bit, and what do we have? Slag. Probably this whole thing is probably just all buried slag. See those vesicles? Those bubbles, gas bubbles, formed in the slag. Sorry, slag. Yeah, look at this. This whole thing it's all just slag. Here's a good piece here. Yeah, see that clean, that shiny surface? I mean, it's basically a slag pile with a covering of moss and grass. This is a big furnace. It's high. It looks like it's in pretty good condition too. Now, all I know about this furnace is that it was constructed around 1830, and along with the Iron Master's Mansion, which I think is a building. Looks like there's a house down there. That might have been the Iron Master's Mansion down there. And the furnace ran until 1860. And it was the first furnace constructed in Schuylkill County. That's right, we're in Schuylkill County now. So this is a first for TopoRanger. I've been to Schuylkill County before, obviously, but I think this is the first video I'm doing in Schuylkill County. So hello, Schuylkill County. Thanks for having me. And there's a really nice creek there, and then the reservoir. I think it's the DeHart. No, it's not the DeHart. There's a reservoir up there, up by that pass. There's a dam there, so we'll go check that out too. First, I wanted to take this in. So this furnace actually is intact enough that you can walk right up to the hearth here, where they used to take out the pig iron used to run out. It's got a metal structural beam there, and it has these logs, which I don't know how old those are. I'm not sure if those are from 1830, but you can walk right up in here, and there's another entrance right there. But now we're in the Bosch. This is where the magic happened, where the ore was extracted. This wall here looks like it's been restored. One thing you got to remember with these furnaces is that after a certain amount of years, they would put the fires out, and they would tear down the lining, the interior lining, which was made with a special, kind of refractory brick probably. And they would have to redo the entire interior of the furnace. And here you can see right where they've done this reconstruction or restoration. You can see here's the brick. Here, let me get the light. So here's the exterior. And here you can see is one of the bricks that made up the lining, right? And then behind the wall, in between the back end of the brick and the exterior wall of the furnace would just be, they just filled it up with a jumble of rocks and sand, and I think this is what you're seeing here. Here, let's do this. There, you see that? That's the hole. And then boom, right here is the outer wall, or sorry, the inner wall. Yeah, that looks like it's been reconstructed. And you can still see the original wall is just caked with all kinds of slag, impurities, and iron, black. You see that black stuff just dripping from the walls? So there's the little entrance right there. There's the big entrance right there. And that's what the top of it looks like. So it gets narrower as it goes up, like a cone. Just imagine like a cone of incense. And then up at the top there, what you see there, I think it looks like that's either a tarp or plywood. They have the top of it covered up so it doesn't fall victim to the elements. I spotted one thing right here. Yeah, look in that spot. This right here. That's actually shows some of the original brick behind it, and then you can kind of gauge how thick a layer of this gunk is like built up on the sides. Okay, so here's that same spot. I've extended the selfie stick and I've zoomed in the GoPro. And then you can really see what I'm talking about there. See the bricks there? And then there's that just thick layer of just gunk. And I would imagine that that's one of the reasons they had to periodically stop using it and rebuild it, because the thickness of the covering of the junk that would get in there, maybe it affected the performance of the furnace. And that's about as close as I can get to the top. I'd say the camera's 15 feet below. So it's 15 feet below the top. Now, I don't know if that's the top, if it used to go higher and it's since been destroyed. Well, let's go check out the other side where there's been some restoration work. I mean, just look at that arch. Well, it's not even really an arch, but that's what it would be called. Look at that thing. It's just, it's high. It's a very high. Now this is what I suspect has been redone. So the camera is sitting just at the edge of the Bosch, and this side, I think that's part of what's been restored here at the Swatara Forge. You look up at the ceiling here, some big blocks coming out there. This area here, looks like it's been restored very nicely. I mean, it looks, you can tell it's been reworked, but it still has that original feel, because they used the blocks from the original furnace, I would imagine. You see that big iron structural support? Let's back it up here. All right, so here's the back side. And you can see that tarp up there. See the blocks have all fallen off. Probably would have been a ramp going from here across to the top where they would add stuff in. This side looks pretty good to me. I mean, maybe they've done some work on this part here, I'm not sure. But you know, those tree roots really get into a structure like this, and they just wreak havoc, you know. And frost wedging, here's an old piece of iron there, probably put in there for support, stability. And here's the other side. Whoa, huh. And this side is just flat. So I thought there was going to be an arch on this side too, but there isn't, at least not now, unless that's been restored. Or is that, you know, I can't tell. If that's restored, they did such a good job. To me, you know, maybe a professional at this would be able to look at that and say, oh yeah. But maybe not. Maybe that's an original wall. The only thing I'd have to say is that if you look at it from the side, it's bulging out big time. Right here, this would be a flat plane. I don't know if it's showing up on the video. Yeah, you see right here? So this, that's bulging out this way. And the whole thing is like, again, that could just be natural decay. That side does look pretty good though. I see something over there. I see some kind of tunnel. So this, I wonder if they had a water wheel here maybe. What's this? Maybe the wheel was here and it was turning the bellows. But you can see the ruins go down, and then here, and there's a culvert there. Let's go check that out. And the walls are just covered with ivy. Is there stone? Yeah. Oh yeah, there's stone back there. All right, so there Seems like they might have had something right here, like a water wheel, or I don't know. Maybe it's just for a waste stream. Let's see where this goes down here. This obviously looks like some kind of something here. All right, so we made it in the tunnel. These leaves are kind of nice and dry, actually. So the water came in here, I would imagine. Let's turn around, take a peek at this. Wow. It does go on for about another 30 or 40 feet. And it looks like it fills up. I don't know where that goes. It must have gone back down to the creek. Got a little cricket action. These are just very small. Maybe juvenile crickets, or maybe they're just a small species. I'd say it's about 3 feet high, a foot wide at the top, 3 feet wide at the bottom. How's that look? That's the way out here. There's a back shot. It seems like it's holding up pretty well considering how old it is. And maybe it's just filled in with backwash from the creek. I mean, the structure itself appears to be pretty solid. So I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, well, that was cool. That was an unexpected. I didn't know that was here. I haven't done a lot of research before coming up here. I think I watched The Wandering Woodsman has done a couple of videos here. I think I watched one of those. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was there. It's a very nice tunnel. I suspect it's for the water. All right, let's head back up here.